All right, I want to talk a little bit about the importance of marking behavior so that the dog knows that they've done a good job on things. Marking is a way for us to mark the behavior that we want. And if you've ever wondered how we get dogs to do like very complicated behaviors and do all kinds of like wonderful, amazing things, it is by marking. You basically what you're really doing is saying, this is what I want you to do. And you pair that with the reward so that the dog knows when it hears that the reward is going to follow. And then that way you don't have to have your toy or whatever like right immediately there. And so when you're working a dog, the dog doesn't know English. They have no idea what's what. So you have to have a way of telling them like this is the right thing, this is the wrong thing, and you don't want to do that by doing constantly bribing them with treats and stuff. You want to do it by having like a word, or that this is where, if you've heard of clicking, that's where this all comes in. I attended a seminar once where he played a game of hot and cold. And I think that illustrated this point like far beyond like what I could have ever imagined. I came in as the dog in the room and they had a task that they wanted me to do, but I had no idea what they wanted me to do. And all that they would do is if I started doing something that was moving in the right direction, they would start applauding for me. If I was moving in the wrong direction, they would be like, uh-uh. And so I had to figure out what they wanted without having any clue at all. And that's honestly what the dogs have to do for us, and they do it remarkably well, probably a lot better than I did in that little game. It helps your dog a lot if you provide feedback for them, like the hot and the cold. So that's what I typically will do in training is I'll have a word. I usually use the word yes. So when the dog is doing whatever it is that I'm trying to get them to do, I need to immediately say yes, and that tells the dog, "Okay, this is what my mom wanted me to do." And they know that once they've heard the word yes, then they do have a treat that's gonna a treat or a toy or whatever's like something good is gonna come out of it because 'cause they've managed to do what I want. I also personally like to give the dogs a little bit of negative feedback so that they know, like, okay, no, that's not what I want. And I don't think crazy, just like, or nope, let's try again, or something like that. Just so that they get that cold marker to know that they're going in the wrong direction. I know some people in the training world say that just don't give them any information. And I mean, I do that in some instances. A lot of instances, it's like, I find more information is helpful for the dog so that they can know, okay, this isn't what we're doing right this second. When you pair marking with breaking all your commands down to the nth degree so that it becomes really easy and you build up to the complex behaviors. So if I'm doing like directionals or agility at a distance, if I'm asking Teddy to do the tunnel at the distance, first we've done it up close, he's gotten good at the tunnel, and then we'll little by little step back and we'll get the tunnel solid, and I'll have him solidly going to the tunnel, and then I'll start introducing the combos like, "Okay, now go to the table, then the tunnel." And it's really important to keep the reward separate. So I'm never gonna be able to throw as fast as he's moving. So the idea is that I can just say a word really quickly so he knows that that's what's getting him his reward, that it's not, because otherwise it's like if I do something, if I try to wait for the throw or whatever, then he's gonna like, oh, what is it that gave me my actual reward? He doesn't know. So by using like something that marks that behavior, that's what you want, that's how you start training dogs to more higher levels. Go back. Tunnel. Tunnel. Yes, good boy, good job. In that clip, I'm saying yes as he's going through the tunnel, marking to him that's what's going to bring him his reward. And then I can follow it up with his toy after he gets through the tunnel. So, marking behaviors is just very, very, very foundational to dog training. And it's something that takes time. I know it's been really interesting videoing my dogs more because I'm catching times that myself I'm not doing it properly. But that's really what helps a dog start understanding and making the correlation. It'll help them start learning, I guess, English, right? Because they'll start associating like, okay, I did that right, I was correct. that's what you want for this command, and it'll help them learn just so it helps them learn just so much faster. You can it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be the word yes, you're just looking for just, like, a quick word that you can use or, like I used to use clickers, and I like clickers a lot, and I've had dogs that really find clickers helpful, but for me personally, I'm very bad about keeping a clicker on me at all times, so it's easier for me to just have the word yes, and then I can just mark wherever I am. So hopefully you found that helpful. Marking really is extremely foundational and it's important concept to grasp. And then you'll be able to train your like when as you start grasping this and then some other concepts, you'll really start being able to train your dogs at the next level.